Starting for the San Francisco 49ers this week, Colin Kaepernick's hair.
Hi, and welcome to week 6 of the I Formation. I'm Jeff Gibbons.
I'm John Moist.
And poor week again this week, but hey, there wasn't too many people, apart from Bart Scott, who picked well this week.
Oh, Bart Scott did what?
11-3. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, beats me. What was I in? 8-6? You were 7-7?
Yeah.
Told you I'd get that Buffalo.
Every now and again he has a fluky week.
That's alright, man. We're going to have another one this week. Stick around. We'll tell you
I'll
all
talk about
about it.
Bart Scott, not you.
Awesome. All right, you know what? Let's just mow through it, man. Welcome back to everybody. Let's talk about week 6. So let's start with the Thursday night game, Denver at San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego, good offense, but they're going up against a Denver team that doesn't often lose 2 in a row. In San Diego, I expect this one to be close. What do you think?
I'm saying 7 points. I think, Trevor Siemian back this week with all appearances. They're going to need a better O-line display than they did last week. With support for their other
sure.
quarterback.
I mean, they give up 6 sacks, didn't they?
I think it was 6, yeah. And I mean, I think Denver bounces back and plays a good road game. Like you say, they don't often lose twice in a row.
And Gary Kubiak is not going to be coaching the Broncos for this one. He has a complex migraine, so he's going to be out for this.
I've never had a simple one. I've always wondered about that, but hey, you know, heads off to the coach. Hope he's well. I'm saying, go ahead.
Special teams coach Joe DeCanalis. I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Leave the DeCanalis. Take
Joe DeCanalis will be taking over the reins here. I would think that they give it to Wade Phillips, the defensive coordinator. I guess they want him to concentrate on his defense.
As the stomach turns.
Yeah.
All right, I got Denver by a touchdown.
Denver by a touchdown and a good air game for Trevor Siemian this week against that poor San Diego pass defense.
All right. Next, we'll move into Sunday now. San Francisco at Buffalo. So San Francisco traveling east for an early start, and they're going to have to find a way with to take on the institution that has become LaShawn McCoy and the running game in Buffalo.
And San Francisco's running game is ranked 31st, I believe.
Well,
good luck with that.
Yeah, and like you pointed out in the credits, or what you probably will see in the credits, the less than $126 million man, Colin Kaepernick, starting for the 49ers. Sorry, Albert. I see this one as a bloodbath. I see this as Buffalo big, 2 touchdowns.
I'll go with that.
All right. Next, we got Cleveland in Tennessee. So we've got DeMarco Murray versus the 20th ranked run defense in the National Football League.
But Cleveland doesn't have a chance because from what I'm hearing, Cody Kessler may not make this one. Might be injured. Also, Charlie Whitehurst was released. So, I mean, Kessler and Whitehurst gone, forget it.
God, I hope it doesn't end up in Miami.
Because they had such a good chance before. I'm sorry, Barbie man.
Yeah, I hear you. I just say, Tennessee got the running game going, the smash mouth football game against Miami. And I think that this is only going to get worse against that Cleveland run defense.
DeMarco Murray is a force this year, and I believe the Titans now have the 2nd ranked run offense.
I see this, I'm still saying only 6 points. I'm saying Tennessee by 6.
Yeah, I can see Cleveland keeping it close. We'll give them that.
All right. Next we got Jacksonville going to Chicago. And the Jags coming off a bye week. They're going to play, I think, a great defensive road game against this Chicago team that's been reeling late. They're going to have to turn the pass rush up against whoever decides to play quarterback for Chicago this week. I don't know if they've pinned somebody down.
I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Hoyer played quarterback for the rest of the year, the way he's been playing 395 yards last week against Indy.
I think it's going to be a different story against that Jacksonville pass rush.
Jacksonville is top 10, believe it or not, in both pass and run defense right now. So Great defense, just they've got no offense. But I think they'll have enough in this game.
3 points.
I agree.
That soldier.
Yeah.
All good. Next we got Carolina at New Orleans, and this is going to be an interesting one. The Saints are at home. They're on a bye, or have been on a bye. 2 weeks ago, they beat San Diego. Things starting to turn around for Drew Brees and company.
Yeah.
The Panthers defense has got lots of holes in it, man. It's like a piece of cheesecloth, and I think with Brees, he lights them up at home. But I think with that defense, the Aints defense, I think Carolina puts points on the board, and I think this is going to be whoever touches the ball last wins it, and I'm going to say it's going to be New Orleans at home by a field goal.
I'm going to pick Carolina. Carolina has a better team than the way they've been playing. Cam Newton should return for this one. Still not confirmed. But I think, did they say he was going to be back or not?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. It looks promising, but he's still, I don't think it's still official.
Yeah.
Not at filming anyway.
In any case, I don't know who's going to rush the ball for New Orleans. They're going to be stuck there to passing, which is great. They got Drew Brees, and they got a lot of good receivers there. I think it's only a matter of time for Carolina puts it together and comes out with a strong game. I think in a divisional game with a bye coming next week, this is the game where they'll put it all together. And I pick Carolina by 3.
Okay. Let's see if Superman really isn't dead.
We'll see.
All right.
Greg Olsen had 180 yards last week. Wow.
Quite a tight end.
Yeah.
All right, if I can say that. Next we got Philadelphia going into Washington, and who would have thought that game would have such huge implications at this point in the season? You know, with the Dallas Cowboys having a good hot start, this is an important game for Philadelphia as well. And I think Philly's D has got to shut down the Skins. This is how this has to work. I mean, they're a capable team. I think they can put points on the board. And I think they come in there, and Philadelphia over the last couple of years has really had moments where they shone with their special teams and their defense. And I think this is going to be one of these games. They go into Washington, they shut them down, and I think they win in a big way. I'm saying 2 touchdowns.
I'm not sure if I'm going to go with the 2 touchdowns, but I'll go with 1 touchdown. I think Ryan Matthews is going to have a game here for Philadelphia as well. They're in offense, using him there for a lot of passes. So look for the screens. Philadelphia to show a whole lot of different plays this week and confuse the Washington's defense. A defense which did well against Baltimore last week, but I think that's an anomaly. I don't think Washington's defense is as good as that. And I just think Philadelphia has a much better defense than Washington does. And for that reason, I have to pick the Eagles in this one.
Awesome.
Close game.
Okay. We see it differently, but we see it alike. How fun is that?
There you go.
All right, next we got Pittsburgh going into Miami. And you know something, so far this year, apart from Miami's lack of defense and their terrible offense, they're really not that bad. You can laugh
If you
at
say
that.
so. If you say so.
Yeah, I guess he didn't hear what I said, but
Yeah.
that was kind of a lame attempted humor.
Yeah, I know.
They're terrible.
I wasn't
And,
really listening.
That's right. I'm getting used to that now. But the Steelers are rolling, and now bring back Le'Veon Bell. Roethlisberger is a machine, taking teams apart, and arguably one of the best, if not the best team in the AFC right now.
I agree. I think that they may just be the best team in the AFC. The way they've been playing is unreal. Roethlisberger's gone off, and Antonio Brown, they got Bell on the ground. I'm not sure if Williams playing this week's questionable last I checked.
Don't forget that tight end, Jesse James.
That's right.
Even with the Miami Heat, I think they go in there and they win by 17 plus. I'm going to bury the Dolphins this week, unfortunately. And I am a Dolphins fan, but you know what? Thick and thin.
Dolphins got the worst run defense in the NFL by a country mile. And now they're going up against Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
Good luck.
That's the end of that. Next we got the Rams going into Detroit to play the Lions. And now it's official since last week, Jared Goff is the second quarterback or the backup quarterback behind Case Keenum. It's moving up the ranks.
Yeah, he'll be there eventually.
I don't think the two of them on the field together is going to be enough to outscore Matt Stafford at home. I think that the Lions win this. It's going to be a close game, but it could be like, I don't know, 31-28 kind of deal.
Yeah.
I take the over here.
I'm looking at Detroit actually I'm not going to look at Stafford. This one I'm going to go with Riddick on the ground. I think Washington is back too. I think Detroit's going to use their ground game. Rams ground the run defense is awful, and I think that you're going to see big ground game for Detroit, controlling the clock, and they've got Haloti Nata out here at the center of that defensive line, so it's going to be tough, but I still think that they can get enough done here with the run, and they have more weapons with Jones and everything too, and the wideouts as well. And Eric Ebron, I think, is expected back again.
Yep.
So I think they have more weapons than the Rams. She'll get this one done.
All right. Close
How many
though.
points do you think?
I'd say 3.
3? Yeah, I agree.
Next we got Baltimore going in to play the New York Football Giants. And this week the Ravens fired Mark Trestman, their offensive coordinator, trying to shake up the offense or the lack of offense. I think it's going to be the defense that has a big game here. They need to play well in, in Giants territory, so to speak. And I think the way we've been seeing Eli Manning, I think he's right for the picking. I think that Baltimore puts this together by committee defensively, and they force turnovers, and they win this on the road. And I'm going to say 6 points. Yeah,
the Ravens are another team that are top 10 in both rush defense and pass defense. And I agree, turnovers win this game, and Baltimore gets the win there. The upset victory, if you will, over the Giants, according to the Vegas lines anyway, but yeah. Yeah.
All right, next we got...
Baltimore to beat the spread.
Next we got Cincinnati going into Gillette to play the New England Patriots. I think that the Bengals keep this close, as some teams already have at home with the Patriots. Now, I mean, understand that by close, I don't mean low scoring. Close, I mean that they put points on the board against that New England defense.
They can.
But, they've got this is a turning point for the Bengals. Their season is starting to come off the rails. They really need to reestablish themselves. I don't think they have enough to do it against the New England Patriots, but I think that they can put points on the board there. Look for Brady to have another big week today against that secondary.
Yeah.
I think... or this week I should say, against that secondary, and I'm going to give New England 6 points on this one.
Yeah, and I think the only chance Cincinnati has of keeping this game close and pulling some kind of upset here is to keep that ground game going, keep the ball out of Brady's hands. If they can do that and control the clock, then they have a shot here. I don't think it's going to happen, but as Jeff said, I think that Cincy will make a game of it. So 6 points sounds good to me.
All right. Yeah. Next, we've got Kansas City going into Oakland. The 4-1 Raiders hosting the Chiefs. The Chiefs ranked 22nd offensively now in the league, and I know that there has been some issues with that Oakland defense.
They're the worst defense in the league.
Yeah. But then again, it's not like you're playing the New England Patriots.
No.
Or even, the Pittsburgh Steelers, or any team that can put some points on the board. This is a team that has struggled offensively, and I just think that this is, and I said at the beginning of the year that the Oakland Raiders were going to be very competitive in division games especially. I remember saying that. They've beaten San Diego already, right? I think that they're going to continue on here. At home, a little bit of momentum. I got two teams that are sort of yin and yang with defense and offense here where they struggle. And I think that in a close game, Oakland wins this at home by field goal.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to think, I still think it's a close game as well, but I just think Oakland's defense last week gave up 4 passing touchdowns. Phillip Rivers hit them 4 fast touchdowns, over 400 yards of offense put against them there by San Diego. And the Chiefs are coming off a bye. And there's a statistic I like is Andy Reid, when he's coming off a bye week in his career, is 15-2. So we give him that extra week to game plan, and he comes up with something every time, just about. So
lies and statistics, man.
Kansas City by 3.
All right, game to watch though. It'll be a great division game. Next, we got Dallas going into Green Bay, and Green Bay has been 1 or 2 points off their timing all year offensively. They really haven't got it going. I mean, Jordy Nelson.
I think we're about to be on the same page here.
Yeah.
By the way you're starting.
I just think, this is the perfect storm. You've got Green Bay at home. Aaron Rodgers puts all this together, and I think you start to see that Green Bay team that we expected to win this division come shining through.
You haven't looked at my notes yet. What does that say? Rogers breaks out.
Rodgers breaks out. Yeah.
Yeah, Rogers breaks out in this one. Cowboys get a poor pass defense.
I'm going to say he outmuscles and he outmanages Dak Prescott, because this is another road game, another big test for that young quarterback. And there's talk that he may have to finish the season out even with Romo returning. He's going to. They say he may still be the starter. That's
really?
like, yeah, hearing that now. And I find that hard to sort of fathom with Jerry Jones, but
I think Romo's going to be back. I think Cowboys got a bye week next week. Week after that, I expect to see Romo.
I read that somewhere this week. I can't don't make this shit up, man. Anyway.
Oh no.
Especially against the Cowboys. All right, so I'm saying Green Bay by a touchdown.
I'm saying Green Bay by 2 touchdowns.
Okay, so you catch back that touchdown you gave earlier. And it's all good, man. Atlanta at Seattle. And this is the second consecutive road game for that surprising Atlanta Falcons team. Last week they beat Denver, right? At home.
It's okay.
Yeah, but they're going into Seattle now, and Seattle's coming off a bye, so we're into these kinds of situations again. This is a very important game to the Seahawks as well, as you can imagine, where they are in the standings. I think that Atlanta's D is going to keep this close only because Seattle has struggled putting points on the board, and I think with Atlanta's strong defense, that becomes an issue. But I think that Russell Wilson finds a way to win this game late. So I'm saying Seattle by a field goal at home.
We're going to disagree in sorts. I'm picking Seattle, yes. It is the top-ranked pass offense, number 1, against the top-ranked number 1 pass defense. I think that Seattle's coming off a bye week here, and I think that they're going to shut down Atlanta's top-ranked pass defense, Atlanta going in against 12th man. And I think that Russell Wilson is going to come out feeling good. He was having some health issues, but he'll come back and have a big game in this one. I expect Baldwin to have a big game, maybe Graham. I'm going to pick Seattle over Atlanta by 20 points.
There you have it. And I am not. Well, we're both picking Seattle. Next, we got Indianapolis going into Houston. Look for Houston, I think, to get back on track here after the poor showing against the Vikings last
Absolutely.
week.
Yeah.
And you're right. You said last week that Houston still has lots to offer defensively, even without J.J. Watt in the lineup. And it's a team, people were right down on Brock Osweiler this week. They're giving him a hard time. Look for him to regroup as well. I agree. I think he has a good week this week. Yeah. Indianapolis really hasn't been pristine this year. They got a win last week, but they've still got a lot of issues on both sides of the ball.
They're going to be missing 2 corners now? Yeah. So they got 2 corners out to injury. Who was it? Darius Butler and Patrick Robinson. So
Houston is on
chart looking a little bit like there.
And then, X Factor, Houston has been good at home. They've won all 3 games already at home.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, so I'm going to give the edge. I'm saying 4 points here, one of these 27-23 deals.
Yeah, I think it's a divisional rivalry, and it should be a close game like that. Like you said. Good.
Okay, and then finally the Monday nighter, we've got the New York Jets playing in the desert, the Arizona Cardinals.
You think Arizona's back now?
What's that?
You think Arizona's back now?
I think so. Well, the Jets certainly are gone in the other direction. They limp into the desert now at 1-4, and they look terrible. Fitzpatrick can't even throw the towel in now. He'd probably get that intercepted. That's what I'm thinking. It hasn't got any better for him. He's looked terrible. I think Carson Palmer may be back this week too. He's on the concussion protocol, so rumblings of that.
They're expecting that he will play.
This could get ugly. I'm saying 14 plus points.
I agree.
All right. So that's the picks for this week, folks. Bear in mind, next week we're going back to our original format, our original studio for the last time, because I'm moving house and we're going to have a new backdrop, a new setting. So I want you to pay particular attention to what we picked this week. Like I said, we're differing on 2 this week, and I'm hoping to pick a couple more up on you and get closer to that pile. We want to see what you guys think as well. Make sure that you're posting to our site. You can like us on our Facebook page. You can certainly give us, you can follow us on Twitter, the iFormation, and you can email us at theiformation@gmail.com. Certainly want to see what you guys have to say, and put your picks up there. Don't be afraid. We're looking forward to seeing all that, and of course game day. We're looking forward to you guys batting that stuff around. So that's it for me. Oh yeah, I do want to remember now, folks, enjoy the games and respect the game. Don't drink and drive. So, anything else to add, my buddy?
Yes.
You can do it now if you want.
Oh, okay, thanks. Okay, good. Let's get some traffic up on that Facebook page. Let a lot of people put their pics up there, get some comments up there. Let's get a little bit of chatter going on about the NFL. And also, I forgot to mention Beckham, Odell Beckham. I just wanted to tell Odell Beckham that unless you win the Super Bowl, there's no crying in football.
All right. Net hugging is kind of rough too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the show for this week. So until next week, it's good night from me.
It's good night from him. Have fun. Is that right?
Cabernet. Yeah.
You said it right here.
What, hair?
Said it right. We sat right. Are we sat right? Is the camera correct?
I don't know, my feet aren't on the floor. All right, man. All right.
Starting for the San Francisco 49ers this week, Colin Kaepernick's hair.
Hi, and welcome to week 6 of the I Formation. I'm Jeff Gibbons.
I'm John Moist.
And poor week again this week, but hey, there wasn't too many people, apart from Bart Scott, who picked well this week.
Bart Scott did what?
11-3. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, beats me. What was I in? 8-6? You were 7-7?
Yeah.
Told you I'd get that Buffalo
Every now
pick.
and again he has a fluky week.
That's alright, man. We're going to have another one this week. Stick around. We'll tell you all
Talk about
about it.
Bart Scott, not you.
Awesome. All right, you know what? Let's just mow through it, man. Welcome back to everybody. Let's talk about week 6. So let's start with the Thursday night game, Denver at San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego, good offense, but they're going up against a Denver team that doesn't often lose 2 in a row. In San Diego, I expect this one to be close. What do you think?
I'm saying 7 points. I think, Trevor Siemian back this week with all appearances. They're going to need a better O-line display than they did last week. With support for their other
sure.
quarterback.
I mean, they gave up 6 sacks, didn't they?
I think it was 6, yeah. And I mean, I think Denver bounces back and plays a good road game. Like you say, they don't often lose twice in a row.
And Gary Kubiak is not going to be coaching the Broncos for this one. He has a complex migraine, so he's going to be out for this.
I've never had a simple one. I've always wondered about that, but hey, heads off to the coach. Hope he's well. I'm saying, go ahead.
Special teams coach Joe DeCanalis. I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Leave it to Canalis. Take
Joe DeCanalis will be taking over the reins here. We would think that they give it to Wade Phillips, the defensive coordinator. I guess they want him to concentrate on his defense.
As the stomach turns.
Yeah.
All right, I got Denver by a touchdown.
Denver by a touchdown and a good air game for Trevor Siemian this week against that poor San Diego pass defense.
All right. Next, we'll move into Sunday now. San Francisco at Buffalo. So San Francisco traveling east for an early start, and they're going to have to find a way to take on the institution that has become LaShawn McCoy and the running game in Buffalo.
And San Francisco's running game is ranked 31st, I believe.
Well,
good luck with that.
Yeah, and like you pointed out in the credits, or what you probably will see in the credits, the less than $126 million man, Colin Kaepernick, started for the 49ers. Sorry, Albert. I see this one as a bloodbath. I see this as Buffalo big. 2 touchdowns.
I'll go with that.
All right. Next, we got Cleveland in Tennessee. So we've got DeMarco Murray versus the 20th ranked run defense in the National Football League.
But Cleveland doesn't have a chance because from what I'm hearing, Cody Kessler may not make this one. Might be injured. Also, Charlie Whitehurst was released. So, I mean, Kessler and Whitehurst gone, forget it.
God, I hope it doesn't end up in Miami.
Because they had such a good chance before. I'm sorry, Barry, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I just say, well, you know, Tennessee got the running game going, the smash mouth football game against Miami. And I think that this is only going to get worse against that Cleveland run defense.
Marco Murray is a force this year, and I believe the Titans now have the second-ranked run offense.
I see this, I'm still saying only 6 points. I'm saying Tennessee by 6.
Yeah, I can see Cleveland keeping it close. We'll give them that.
All right. Next we got Jacksonville going to Chicago. And the Jags coming off a bye week. They're going to play, I think, a great defensive road game against this Chicago team that's been reeling of late. They're going to have to turn the pass rush up against whoever decides to play quarterback for Chicago this week. I don't know who they've pinned somebody down.
I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Hoyer played quarterback for the rest of the year, the way he's been playing 395 yards last week against Indy.
I think it's going to be a different story against that Jacksonville pass rush.
I thought Jacksonville is top 10, believe it or not, in both pass and run defense right now. So great defense, just they've got no offense. But I think they'll have enough in this game.
3 points.
I agree.
That soldier. Yeah. All good. Next we got Carolina at New Orleans, and this is going to be an interesting one. The Saints are at home. They're on a bye, or have been on a bye. 2 weeks ago, they beat San Diego. Things starting to turn around for Drew Brees and company.
Yeah.
The Panthers defense has got lots of holes in it, man. It's like a piece of cheesecloth, and I think with Brees, he lights them up at home. But I think with that defense, the Aints defense, I think Carolina puts points on the board, and I think this is going to be whoever touches the ball last wins it, and I'm going to say it's going to be New Orleans at home by a field goal.
I'm going to pick Carolina. Carolina has a better team than the way they've been playing. Cam Newton should return for this one, still not confirmed. But I think, did they say he was going to be back or not?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. It looks promising, but he's still, I don't think it's still official.
Yeah.
Not at filming anyway.
In any case, I don't know who's going to rush the ball for New Orleans. They're going to be stuck there to passing, which is great. They got Drew Brees, and they got a lot of good receivers there. I think it's only a matter of time for Carolina puts it together and comes out with a strong game. I think in a divisional game with a bye coming next week, this is the game where they'll put it all together. And I pick Carolina by 3.
Okay. Let's see if Superman really isn't dead.
We'll see.
All right.
Greg Olsen had 180 yards last week. Wow.